Alright, so this is Kotzwurst here. It's 7 a.m. in the morning. I should be sleeping, but my mind won't go to rest because of something I want to show you in this video right here. Now, for the most part, Season 3 is very awesome. That's why you barely saw any discussion videos or anything about it. Even though I could have made some positive ones, but there wasn't anything that I really wanted to discuss right now. Even though there are some talking points that I wanna discuss in like future videos, for example, everything about the Jaeger and like have a whole discussion, including like with comments and shit like that. However, there was one thing that happened on stream today which I'm kinda baffled about, and I wanna talk about it because I also wanna see reactions from like you guys in the comments and what you generally think about this, because I'm honestly not sure how about the field itself. So we are talking about Jaeger today, which is like the Mr. X enemy who like always stalks you. Is very slow, but once she gets you, she's like very lethal, or at least you would think. Let me just I guess let me just show you what I mean by this. So I muted the audio, but like this was, keep in mind for context for this is a no stamina Jaeger challenge. So in today's stream I actually went through all the main trials without stamina on like a psychosurgery-esque variators with the Jaeger permanently present on trials. It's a challenge. It's gonna come out over the next few days in like a few part series. It was overall a really, really good time. So you know the context of this. Keep in mind, no stamina challenge means I'm not allowed to run, jump, vault, whatever the fuck. This is like very important here. So I'm in the secret room, right? This is like the courthouse secret room that you have right in front of the evidence segment, which is a corner. I hesitate here, accidentally pick up the wrong thing because I wanted the health booster right here. And pick up the master key. Bam. Death arrives. You would be able to hear that I muted your audio just because I didn't want to have it distract. But here she is, right? Our like Terminator, our Mr. X. Now here's what I do, and I almost do that out of reflex because I didn't know if it would do any shit. I threw the brick at her, and I just walked by her. Close the door, which was unnecessary, and just keep going. Now obviously the main part to point out in this clip right here is obviously that even if you're walking, you're faster than her on psychosurgery. That is by design, and I think it makes sense to be that way, even though people probably disagree with that alone already, because she is supposed to be lethal, right? But here's the thing, she just ate the brick, but it did stagger her. Like right here, I was in a model, that was kind of weird, but it did stagger her, and I was able to just slide past. Keep in mind, if I had stamina, I could also just run by. I did not even have stamina, so I could literally walk by her while I was cornered. This is like a death trap, right? Unless you have evasive maneuver or some elaborate bullshit like that, you are not supposed to survive something like that. The whole point about the Jaeger is that you should not be allowed to be cornered, and you know, you are getting punished for getting cornered, so you have to keep in mind in advance where the Jaeger is if you go into rooms like this, so you do your business before she arrives. That's the whole point, right? But with a play like this, I was just able to get out for free. Now keep in mind, obviously this requires resources, like this requires bricks or bottles. Keep in mind, I've tested this further, like later on when I played Poison the Medicine in this challenge. I was upstairs in the poison segment. I don't have the clip for this, I was too lazy. But I was up in the poison segment, and I've gotten this off twice as well. So there is some timing to it, but it's like very learnable. And here's the question for me. Is this a pitcher situation? Because if you remember, this was like during season 2, I found out about a pitcher exploit kind of thing, where you could bait pitcher cooldowns, whatever, between the fire breath and the molotov throw cooldowns, and it would just go through you. It was like really weird. and made picture pretty weak overall. My question is a situation like this a similar thing? Because that low-key, like this, the situation like this, where you can squeeze by doing a stun cooldown like this, for an enemy that, according to the devs, is supposed to be like the Terminator kind of thing, right? Where the enemy, the rigs won't work, stuns barely do any shit. Like, is this another picture situation where the enemy is like completely trivialized for something like this? In my opinion, not really, because she still will be very prevalent and not ignorable when you do objectives, especially stuff like generators. But I don't know if this should be in the game though. Like, yeah, she has very limited counterplay in general because she's designed that way. Like, she's supposed to be slow. You can counter her by just predicting where she is, going through specific places she can't reach, so she despawns and shit like that. Like, there is counterplay, but the counterplay in general is still very limited. So my question is something like this fine to exist in the game, or is this a thing where, you know, should this not be a thing? Again, keep in mind, this is one, no stamina, and two, I was able to replicate this later in the run. So yeah, I just want to get this short video out here. In my opinion, I don't know if this should be a thing necessarily. I think that really nails down, like, trivializes the threat quite a bit, to be honest. Like, in a situation like this, I would be supposed to be dead. Unless I had like evasive and last chance, in my opinion, because, you know, I cornered myself in advance, and the counterplay should have been to anticipate where she is, do my business as fast as possible, and then get the fuck out. Like, that should be the counterplay for corners like that. But if you can always get away with like a corner situation like this, again, I get it. It requires timing, it requires a resource as like a brick, but these are not hard to come by. So I don't know. I just wanted to get this out just to get some opinions on this, because again, this is something I just pretty much found out. Maybe people already knew about this for a while and I'm just late to the party, but this is something I found out recently, and again, I don't know how to feel about this, and I just wanted to start an open discussion. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and please let me know what you think about this. If this is something where you're like, yeah, this is fine, this should stay in the game because XYZ. Like, I would love to have a debate on this, as dumb as that sounds, because this is like a very, very critical thing to think about balance with like this enemy, in my opinion. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and thank you so much for watching.